Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and welcome everybody back to another episode of the Zombie Storyline What If series. These are the videos where we take a certain aspect of the zombie storyline and we change it up and we talk about what the story would be after that. If you have not seen the rest of the What If videos and you're interested in them, there will be a playlist down below in the description to watch every single one, and this video will be added to that playlist as well, so you don't have to worry about that at all. But if you guys are interested in getting your topic talked about in a future video, all you have to do is either leave a comment with your question about the zombie storyline, or you can tweet me on Twitter. The link to that will be also down below in the description. So all that stuff out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, the topic we're going to be talking about today is regarding Peter McCain. Now, this isn't a question that just came from one person. I actually wanted to do this episode myself and sort of take the reins on this one, but this one is going to be if Peter McCain was never caught by Group 935. So if you guys didn't know, I'm going to give you the whole breakdown of the original timeline with what happened with Peter McCain and the OSS facility and how he was caught by 935 and how that kind of changed things. But today I wanted to talk about what happened if he didn't get caught. So in the original timeline, the first time we ever see Peter McCain in physical form was actually in Shinonuma, and you guys know him as the hanging man right in the spawn room. And this is Peter McCain, and he's missing a left arm, and there was a lot of speculation about how this could be and why he was hanging. We didn't really know if this is a suicide or if 935 put him up there. We didn't really know exactly what happened. What we do know for a fact, though, is that Peter McCain was an OSS operative working under his handler, Cornelius Purnell, and he was working under 935 as a sort of a double agent. He was a sort of a snake in the system, if you will, and he was reporting back the research from 935 to the OSS, and he was going, and he did not get caught for a long time, and he was starting out working at the Doris facility, and he would report all of his research to his handler, Cornelius Purnell, but until Cornelius had suspected that Peter's identity had been compromised, and we hear this radio in Shinonuma.
Dash 4808N 371406 115 4840.
I hope you're receiving this transmission, Peter. If you are not, then all is already lost. You must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum, and that we had to move the experiment here. Location. The numbers will guide you. The giant must remain at all costs. Repeat, Doris must remain safe at all costs. The DG2 experiments continue. Might be our only advantage now. Find Dr. Max's. Only they may know what's going on. The use of 115 is dangerous at best. I'm not sure how long we here. Most of our best people. I hope you get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too. But I'm almost out of hope.
6054 06.96 101 55 44.94.
So what you just heard was a message recorded by his handler Cornelius Purnell and sent to Peter McCain and was intended for him. But the thing was, in this message he told him that the outbreak had already happened at the Vrucht facility and he needs to contain it in the Giant or Doris. He needs to keep those secrets under wraps, and he's pretty much trying to get him out and into safety. But unfortunately, the message arrives too late, and Peter is where we see him in Shinonuma, and he's dead, missing his left arm. And we just assume that he was killed by Group 935 for being the snake in the system, and he was ratted out, and he did get his identity compromised. And that's pretty much the story of Peter McCain. We don't really hear about him too much other than that, except when we saw him in the Revelations trailer right here, just for some weird reason. He was only in there for like 1 second, so that still hasn't really quite been explained. But today, we're going to be focusing on the aspect of what if Peter didn't get caught? How much would that change things? Well, everybody get ready for that, because this is where our story begins. We pick up very shortly after Peter McCain arrives at the Doris facility and the Giant, and he is doing his research over there and reporting everything and relaying all of his information to his handler Cornelius Purnell. And he learns literally about everything 935 is working on, including the Giant, the Wunderwaffe projects, and even not to mention the Vroya race. Because Peter was able to stay undercover much longer than he really was, the OSS picked up so much more information about what the Germans were doing for the war front that they were pretty much on the same level as them now, including the ways of Element 115. During this time of development for the Americans, they were able to make giants of their own, and they were also able to create and experiment with Element 115, which caused the inevitable zombie outbreak, not just in where 935 was, but also in America, where these tests had been running anyways. This causes a huge zombie outbreak both in Germany and also in America, so this only speeds up the process of the infection. And this means Verrückt never happened, only because he had never been compromised, so Peter was not sent to the facility. They were still trying to find who the snake in the system was, and Peter was not a suspect at this point. So this means instead of Tank Dempsey and the 3 other Marines going over to the Verrückt facility to extract Peter McCain, they have to fight zombies on their own front, and we'd probably hear something like this. So now both sides have zombies to deal with of their own, and while all this is going on, this distracts Richthofen from what he was going to do, which is betraying Dr. Maxis, and so he holds that off for now, but only for a short while. So right now, this prevents the other characters in the original zombie storyline from becoming test subjects of Richthofen. This means Dempsey and Richthofen do not meet at this point as well. But now, what Dempsey is feeling is that he needs to go over to the Doris facility himself to see what is going on and what happened with this whole miscommunication. Dempsey makes it his mission to go there by himself, and with nobody else, his Marine team is not going because he's not there to extract Peter, who is still undercover and has not been suspected yet by anybody at the Group 935 facility, but he's only going there to see for his own eyes what is really happening. And as for Peter McCain's communication with his handler Cornelius, it is the exact opposite from the original timeline. Cornelius ends up dying due to the zombie outbreak over where they are, and Peter's not able to communicate with him because the radio just falls and it just goes nowhere. So Peter knows that he could be at Group 935 for an indefinite amount of time, or whether if somebody is even going to come and rescue them or not. He doesn't know if his messages are even getting through to anybody, so he's a little bit hopeless right now, but Dempsey is on his way. Dempsey is able to make it into the Doris facility undercover just as Peter did, and he's having a look around for himself, keeping an eye open for anything that might be suspicious, and also watching out for Peter McCain as well. Now, Dempsey knows who Dr. Richthofen is, and as well as Dr. Maxis, so he is on the lookout for them. However, Richthofen does not know exactly who Tank Dempsey is and if he's special or not, and he's only undercover at this facility right now, so you'd have no reason to suspect that anything is wrong. While on facility, Dempsey discovers some absolutely insane things about Group 935's research, including the Vrolia race, what's going on with Element 115, and the Giant, and this is going to be the biggest part of the Germans' war effort to actually get the win. So while he's undercover, he's making all these discoveries, but he realizes that he has no way to communicate without being caught, and he cannot find anybody of these special targets such as Dr. Richthofen or Maxis because 935 and the whole Doris facility has gone on a complete lockdown as this outbreak happened, number one, and also that they have realized and they've started to suspect that there's somebody in their system that is, kind of a double agent, but they don't know who it is, so they're locking everything down now and keeping all of their important people under wraps. Tank eventually is able to find Peter McCain at the facility, and while they have a conversation, he then tells Dempsey where to find Dr. Maxis and Dr. Richthofen, which are his high priorities right now, and who he needs to target. Tank and Peter do some adventuring of their own, and they're looking around for these targets, such as Dr. Maxis and Richthofen, and they go to a certain underground subsection of the facility and find this office labeled Dr. Ludwig Maxis. They slowly creep up to the door where there is a small window to where they can see inside the room. Tank then peers his head up over, looks inside the window, and sees this man right here sitting in a chair. And what happens after this? Well, that's kind of what I want to know from you guys. This episode ran on a lot longer than I thought, and I could make a lot more of this. So if you guys do want to see a part 2 to this particular episode, let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to continue this one for another time, and we'll, obviously keep the same story going. But let me know what you guys are thinking about this in the comment section down below. If you guys have any ideas of what's going to happen at this point, also drop it. I'm really interested to see what you guys' thoughts on this, and who knows, if you have a really cool idea for the story, I'm going to put it in a video. I've left this story open-ended on purpose because it honestly can go anywhere right now, and I want to know what you guys have to say about this and sort of what you're thinking about this storyline right now. You can take it really anywhere you want to go. I don't know necessarily if I'm going to use it in a video, but I might take some of your guys' inspiration and drop it in the next episode if you guys do want to see one anyway. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this one so far. This is probably the most elaborate one I've made out of the zombie storyline what-ifs, and there probably will be a part 2 as long as you guys are interested in that sort of thing. And also, this is not meant to discourage anybody's other comments regarding this story, like you can, if you have another topic you want me to talk about in a future episode that does not have to do with this particular topic that we're on right now, just leave it in the comments as well, and I can always go back to them and check. Or if you do want to have a different way to contact me, like I said, the link to the Twitter will be down below in the description as well, and trust me, I read all of them and I will take them into account for sure. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy my take on this one so far. This is probably the most elaborate and in-depth I've ever gone with the story, and I have high hopes for this one where it could go. I feel like this one could be really, really cool. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below as well. Also, if you have any other questions, either leave it in the comment section down below or on Twitter. Either way will work, and I will definitely see them. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you guys did enjoy this or find it interesting, and if you also are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you are not already for more stuff like this, and the link to the playlist for the other What If videos will be down below. And I highly recommend you check those out so you kind of know what's going on with these What If episodes if you are new and you haven't really seen these before. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for today. Thank you everybody for watching again, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.